Welcome to the LA Home Show. I am your host, Natasha Phillips, and today we have with us landscape extraordinaire, Rumaldo Flores. Rumaldo, thank you so much for being with us today.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
So we'd love to know, how you got started in the industry.
Well, we all have a purpose, when you're a kid or, to accomplish something, become something, do something, and it kind of drives you to do that. And I think that is within every single individual. Of course, some of us accomplish it, some of us don't. But for me, I wanted to have a business. I wanted to be able to help in one way or another to the community. And my dad, he started as a gardener. Then, of course, he wants his kids to, help him. So I did. But then inside of me, there was this thing of like, how do I get it better and bigger as a business, right? But it was hard because then, you have to learn about all the legal stuff, finance, promotion, customer service, and you go like, how do you do that, right? But that purpose, I had that I said, there must be a way because everybody does it, or some people do. So how? So I always wanted to be of service, give something. Of course, you got to get exchange back, in this case, money, but that's how I started it. I wanted to be good giving a product or that service so I can make money.
That's a perfect way to start a business. But you have such a creative passion, and you're so creative with the way that you put your landscaping together. Where do you think that comes from?
Well, I think I learned one thing as I went, that people have different needs and wants. And understanding people for what they need and want, I think for any business is very important. Because if you understand what's needed and wanted, and you're able to provide it, then, it kind of goes. It's like doing marketing and finding out what the market is like and what do they need. And for my small business, you got to be able to communicate well with people so you get to find out exactly what they need and want, and then organize and figure out then how you're going to deliver that to them. So that, I figured that out. And now, in our company, I thought personally that communication is very important. So, to bring about understanding between you and the customer. So I learned how to do that, and I applied it. And, that's when we go and see a customer, we are able to fully understand what they need and want. And then we organize it or design it, and then we deliver that. And it's just beautiful. And of course, we keep in mind budget and, sometimes customers, they want to be dog friendly, kid friendly, drought tolerant, how to use those spaces. And so we help organize and design from that viewpoint so we can deliver what's needed and wanted.
And then how do you keep your passion alive every day?
How do I keep my passion alive? I think when you're doing what you like and you see that you're growing, you're making progress, it kind of drives you. That automatically is kind of like having a goal and being able to accomplish it, it kind of drive on itself is kind of like propels you to continue. You get up in the morning and you're excited, okay, because you're making progress, and you have to figure things out. And so to me, that's how it's been. Every day is like a new day, and all those problems that come with the project, I like to organize, and I like to train my personnel, to do that. Because I think everybody, in any trade, if you get training on how to do something, then you become up to a level of being able to do something. And I think with that, and I think, I train my guys, on communication and on delivering quality products. And so when you have that and you're honest delivering to your customers, that alone motivates you and it keeps you going instead of going like, oh my God, how am I going to do it? I'm worried. We don't know. For me, it's like a challenge, and having the ability to sort it out, it just drives you. So we like challenges, and we know how to figure it out. So it keeps me going and all my team.
So what has been the most interesting project that you've worked on in your
Uh,
career?
the most there's been quite a few, and in the Hollywood Hills we had a challenge of doing this intricate walls, stone walls, and it was really hard to do that because it was hard. But we figure it out. We figure out these pads and walls and stones and technically and yeah, everything had to be, of course, done with all the codes and stuff like that. And we pulled that off. It took us 8 months to figure all that out, but we did. At the end, the customer was really happy, and it was very, very aesthetically done. And we had to do it in a way that we were going to be saving water, plants, and all these little paths on the hillside. And yeah, a lot of times you go like, how am I going to put it together? Yeah, because I have a good team, we will organize, we sit down and we kind of go over how you're going to tackle the project. We do it, and then we get our delivery guys on, and then they deliver it. And we work together as a team. And when you have a team, I think it's valuable when you have a team, because then you can come up with solutions on impossible things to do, and then you do them. But that was one of the challenging things, working on a hillside, and because of working on hillsides is sometimes it's dangerous. You have to be very careful to come up and down with materials. Technically, everything has to be done correctly, and but we pulled that off, and that's one of the projects. 8 months is a long time for us, but it was a big project, but we pulled it off.
It sounds beautiful. I hope everyone will get a chance to have a look at it, or go online and have a look at your pictures of your work. So do you have any tips that you'd give to consumers or to customers who are coming to find you?
Yeah, I consumers, they're so important because that's what keeps you going. They have a need or a want for a landscape project, and I usually recommend, that for us, it's important to think with a few things like, like budget, and also adding value to the house. Whatever you're gonna do, you have to be able to think that, you gotta add value to your property, on the long run, because you're gonna sell it or you're gonna enjoy it. But whatever investment you do, you gotta be able to think, that it's gonna last, and it's gonna add value after you finish. For example, nowadays, most customers, they want to save water. Well, you got to educate them, that there are drip irrigation systems, or there are drought-tolerant plants that you can use, and that saves water and maintenance. Especially now in LA, that there's, we're having a difficulty getting water. So it's important to think with those points, And also, a lot of times, there's a dog or a cat, and the customer is concerned. Well, how do we make our space for our dog or cat? So we have to just think with those principles, and then take the time so we can just design it in a way that is going to be functional for the needs of the customer.
And if somebody is buying a house, when would you recommend that they bring you on board?
A lot of times, we get calls because they kind of call us to go and see, is the irrigation system fine? What about this wall? So, we go and help out on those ends, if it's in our area. We kind of like to service our community there. So sometimes we get called before, like a consultation, how is the condition of the existing landscape? So we do that. Most of the time it's people who already bought the house and they want help to organize it and, redesign it and do that. But if it needed to be for us to go, we do consultations for people to help them out.
I'm sure people are happy to hear that. So where can people find you?
They can go to our webpage, floresartscape.com, and we have our webpage there. We have all the information that they need. We have thousands of pictures that they can see. They can give us a call, and they can send us an email, and once we establish a communication line, one of the things, our communication goes fast. As soon as somebody calls in, sends us an email, we make it a point to answer fast. Because time's important, and most people are busy now, and communication with technology now it's fast, so we try to make it fast. Somebody calls in, I make sure that that communication goes back fast, and that's one of the things that kind of has been setting us apart, you know, from other people on our speed of communication.
That's good. So just as our final question, I'd love to know, what are you most excited about in life or work right now?
I'm excited, you know, that we are able to provide a service to our community and transform their yards for them to enjoy. You know, our slogan is, you know, we bring your landscape to life. Because a lot of times, you know, people have a yard and they don't even go out because it's boring, it's not clean, it's not set up to go out and enjoy your coffee, your glass of wine. You know, they don't use it. So when we go in, we think of those points. And after we finish, you know, people use their yard and enjoy it, you know, with the fire pit, the barbecue, you know, and we like to see that. It feels good when you offer a service that then people can enjoy. So we do that. We love to do that. And so that's why, you know, we get a lot of customers call, because one is our communication, that we take the patience and time, you know, to listen on what's needed and wanted, you know. And we even get calls from customers, because sometimes contractors go, but they want to do their own ideas and things without taking in consideration, you know, the viewpoint of the customer. Well, it's a communication ability that you need to have to really understand the customer or understand the employees. And so, yeah.
All sounds great. Well, Rumaldo, thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you for watching the LA Home Show, where we discuss all things real estate, interior design, and much, much more.